Margarita, thank you so much for having us here at the beautiful Paramo. We spent an amazing 2 days with you. We got to meet with farmers. We got to understand what the Paramo actually is. And yeah, I think the audience wants to hear it from you. But first, please, can you briefly introduce yourself and maybe tell us more about Paramo Snacks and what's the mission and the purpose behind the company?
Sure. My name is Margarita Cabal. I'm the co-founder of Paramo Snacks. Paramo Snacks is a company that develops and commercializes snacks that are delicious based on fruits and veggies. And not only delicious, but they have a crunchy that is, spectacular. And most importantly is the cause behind. So it's a very inspirational cause, and you guys, witnessed, the experience of and the magical Paramo, and also talked to all the farmers who are the inspiration behind our company.
Absolutely. So tell us more about Los Paramos. What is a Paramo actually for the ones who aren't familiar with this term?
Well, it's an amazing ecosystem. It's really magical. Colombia has the privilege of having 50% of all the Paramos on Earth. And they not only produce the fresh water for millions of people, that's 70% of the population
that's wild.
Yes, it's something unbelievable. And the other thing is that they not only, help us with the water we drink, but also they help us to purify the air that we breathe. Actually, something that most people don't know is that 1 square meter of Paramo can capture 10 times more carbon compared to a square meter in the tropical forests.
Yeah.
So this is something really amazing. And that's why the Paramos are not only important for Colombia, but also Paramos are an important asset for the entire world. The biodiversity, for example, is something unbelievable because there are many species that inhabit the Paramos.
There's 5,000 species, I believe, right?
Yes, it's it's 3,000 species that are endemic from these ecosystems.
This is crazy.
And it's really important to continue developing, the place through reforestation. That's something that is key in our program and is the main pillar, the reforestation.
So, Margarita, what are the biggest challenges for the Paramos? You mentioned deforestation, but what are the other things that are dangerously threatening this absolutely amazing ecosystem?
Yes, actually, for example, the potatoes monocrops is something that is affecting the soils, degrading the soils, because farmers have been inhabiting these ecosystems for many generations. So actually, based on the Colombian Paramos law, they are also part of the ecosystem.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, they need to find other ways to continue living and producing, but in a friendly way with the environment. So intensive agriculture, especially monocrops of potatoes that use a lot of agrochemicals, are also affecting not only the soils, but also the water.
Of course.
So this is something that we need to start changing, and that's why we are supporting farmers who are doing that transition into conventional agriculture into sustainable production, and specifically the production organically and certified.
And how hard is it to get certification and to get your organic products being commercialized here in Colombia? We talked about this priorly. Can you please elaborate on that challenge?
Yes, actually, that there are hundreds of thousands of people living in the Paramos ecosystems, and they are part of the ecosystem, as I mentioned before. And this is very important because we need to help them to find other alternatives. So definitely organic production is one way to do it, but it is really expensive,
of course,
especially for small-scale farmers who don't have the resources to do it. And the other thing is that the organic market in Colombia is still very small. It's a small piece of the market. So we need to find a way to take these products out of the country into international markets, which is something that we are definitely looking forward.
Of course. So now let's talk about Paramo Snacks. What is your solution? What do you sell exactly, and why is your product potentially a game changer, not only at a social level for the communities here in the Paramo, but also at obviously an environmental level?
Yes, after working with the communities in the high Andean mountains, and specifically with the community of Azoarse in Paramo de Guerrero, we understood all the difficulties that they had. So we understood also that the solution, or part of the solution, was to be integrated into the value chain and start buying the products directly from them and at fair prices. But targeting, a product, or transforming that fresh produce into snacks or into products that can compete into international markets. That's, the reason why we created Good Chips by Paramo Snacks. And actually, the brand means good taste, good crunch, and good cost.
That's wonderful, and we actually tasted almost all of them today and yesterday. It was it was really good because it's healthy as well. It's healthy. It's for a good cause, and basically these kind of products, you're planning to export them in other countries. So what is your vision with Good Chips for the future?
Yes, actually, we are right now launching the product into the U.S., but we are also trying to open new international markets because, this product is not only healthy for consumers, they are baked, no oil, they don't have any added sugars, they are very, very natural, and also using organic products. But consumers around the world are looking for this kind of snacks. These are like guilt-free snacks, but also because they want products that are good for them, but also good for the planet. So this is a brand, that represents what consumers today are looking for. And something very important is that we are producing, different type of fruits and transforming also different veggies. And 2% of all our sales are invested in these reconversion programs. Especially, we are going to we have a very ambitious, target to plant native trees in the cloud forests ecosystems, and that's really, really important to continue, preserving the biodiversity of the Paramos. So that's the idea, to go into international markets, to engage consumers around the world, and to invite also strategic allies and retailers that want to have our brands in the stores.
That's fantastic. So now let's talk about your impact. You mentioned the impact for local farmers, for the environment as well. But if you can sum it up in numbers, do you have a few numbers that you could share with us, and maybe tell us also how you measure your impact?
Well, one of the most important things is to start involving more small-scale farmers, more families that are, leading these transformational programs and that are protecting the ecosystem. So our target is to engage and involved in the program to over 100 families, actually 120 families in the next 18 months. That's one of the achievements that we want to have, by selling our products. With regards to reforestation, which is the main and the most important pillar in our program, our target is to plant over 100,000 trees, native trees, in the cloud forest. So we are also, trying to work with different institutions and entities and companies that want to join this effort and multiply the number of native trees that we want to plant for the next 18 months.
So I guess that also to scale your impact, it's important to find retailers with whom you can work in Colombia, but also abroad. So yeah, you can maybe increase your volume, work with more farmers, and scale your impact. I think that's the plan.
Yes, absolutely. So the more we sell, the more families we can, support, the more trees we can plant, and the more, land we can reconvert, we can, restore. So definitely we need that.
Thank you so much for today. I have one last question for you. Could you please define Paramo Snacks in 3 words?
In 3 words?
In 3 words, what would you say? And you can take your time. It's
No,
totally fine.
it's actually it's really easy. It's in the package.
Yeah.
You know, taste, crunch, cost.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Do you have any last comments, advices that you'd like to share with the audience, maybe?
No, I just want to thank you guys for what you are doing. This is really important for us, you know, taking this information around the world. What you are doing is absolutely amazing. So congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you. Congrats to you as well. It was a pleasure. And yeah, probably see you soon in Geneva, Switzerland, whenever you come. You are
That would be
most
great.
welcome. Thank you. Thank
See
you.
you soon.
Have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Bye.